Hey little dog, we've got to edit now. Hey, how's it going? I recently went fishing at Suffolk Water Park, which, as the name suggests, is a set of lakes in Suffolk. It's a really nice place. Unfortunately, all the talking I did while I was there got drowned out by the wind that was present all day. It was blowing directly in my face, which did make things a little more challenging. So instead of getting me talking on the bank, you're going to get me talking over the top of some nice shots. Let's check it out. So this was the first of a couple of sessions over at Suffolk Water Park quite recently there. First one was on Match Lake 1, the bigger of the two match lakes. There used to be a third, little donut shaped one. It was quite fun to fish if you weren't after anything enormous. But anyways, I started off on Match Lake 1. The wind was blowing in my face the entire day. It was so windy. Did get a few odd little breaks here and there, but as a general it was pretty windy both sessions there. Yeah, so I had the wind blowing in my face. I'd have liked to have fished some floating crust, but that wasn't really going to work out for me due to the amount of chop on the surface, the amount of seagulls which I managed to feed. If I'd blended up the bread beforehand, blended it up as breadcrumb and then smushed into a ball with some pellets mixed in, that might have worked as a bit of ground bait, but never mind, lesson learned. Ended up fishing singles throughout the day. On this first session there, I started off with trigger ice, some mainline fruitella, which I'd had that beautiful common on at the very tail end of last year, but it didn't work out for me this time. But I did make friends with a rather friendly goose that decided to hang around with me for a little while, which is always pleasant. So by about 1 o'clock, I've been there roughly 4.5 hours, and three things have become quite apparent. First of all, I'd had no knocks, no nibbles, no liners, nothing at all. I'd tried 3 different baits, I had multiple different spots, nothing was going there. If I'd been able to put some pellets out and some bread like I'd planned originally, perhaps I might have gotten some action from some bream or some tetrabrats. But nonetheless, so number one, no bites. Number two, I hadn't seen a sign of any fish anywhere. Not a ripple, not a jump, not a splash, nothing. And thirdly, the sky was rapidly getting dark. It was looking very much like it was going to chuck it down. I thought, well, I don't really want to get rained on if I can help it because I don't have a bivvy with me. So I decided to call the session early and come home and then go back the next day with a new plan, which is what I'm going to do. So rather than fishing singles, I'm going to remember to take some PVA mesh with me tomorrow so I can use some pellets. I'm also going to remember to take my catapult with me so I can fire some bait out. I'm also going to swap my approach too. Rather than just fishing singles, I don't normally bait up heavily in winter. In fact, I very rarely fish in winter these days because I'm not very good at it. But I don't normally fish in winter, so I don't normally bait up heavily when I do. I normally tend to fish singles. But I'm going to change approach slightly. On my way home, I picked up a bag of cells and a fresh tub of pop-ups matching. So I'm probably going to end up doing a little snowman with those, which means swapping from the bait screw on a split D rig to a rig ring, which is nice enough. We shall see what happens. Following day I wound up fishing Match Lake 2, sat with the wind on my back. I'd been after some bream this time. It's a bit more of a course orientated lake, this one. It's quite weedy compared to the other one. It's a little bit smaller too. I've had some luck in the past over the winter on this lake, but as I say, it didn't really work out for me this time. I'd gone with cells. You know, it's a good bait. I've had some luck with cells a few different lakes over the years. I don't tend to use it very often. I normally just use shelf life baits just because they're more convenient. Once again, I didn't have any luck, but I had a nice day out all the same. It's nice to be outdoors, away from TV screens. But anyway, I've managed to dig out a few old photos from a few previous sessions over the years. Down at Suffolk Water Park. Unfortunately, most of my old fishing photos I lost when I deleted my old Facebook account. I hadn't realised I hadn't backed them up. But here's a few of them nonetheless. Well, it defeated me this time, but next time, maybe, we shall catch some fish. That's the nice thing about fishing. There's always another day to go fishing. Anyway, take it easy. I'll see you again sometime soon.